The man being hunted fled to the entrance of a cave. He quickly pulled away the stones above it, and a hidden passage was revealed. Nick quickly crawled inside, just in time to kick away the wooden beam supporting the cave entrance, before his enemies could catch up. He thought he had escaped disaster, but the dust spilling from the cave entrance had already exposed his location. Looking at the collapsed entrance, the wealthy man made a decision. He would play a game of cat and mouse with Nick. Inside the tunnel, Nick crawled forward on his stomach. Severely dehydrated, he didn't dare to let up. Relying on sheer willpower, he soon reached the end. This was his secret base. Parched, he grabbed a canteen and drank it dry. Sunburned, he quickly put on a pair of pants. Then, gritting his teeth through the pain, he forced his raw, bloody feet into leather boots. Realizing the wealthy man would soon catch up, Nick quickly ripped the map off the wall. It was marked with locations of hidden water sources. Sure enough, the wealthy man soon arrived. Nick immediately dove back into the cave, but the wealthy man secretly lit a stick of dynamite and tossed it into the tunnel. To avoid being blown up, Nick frantically crawled out of the cave. Fortunately, he escaped just in time before the explosion, but he ended up right back in front of the wealthy man, not wanting to leave any evidence behind. The wealthy man still refused to shoot Nick. Instead, he threatened him to keep walking into the desert, because he wanted to watch Nick die slowly under the scorching sun. At this point, Nick was both physically and mentally exhausted, but he still hadn't given up hope. Following the location marked on the map, he successfully found the iron box he had buried long ago. While the wealthy man was distracted, he quietly pulled out a slingshot from inside. Then, following the directions on the map, he located the hidden water source, and immediately began gulping down water from a bucket. But before he could enjoy more than a few sips, the wealthy man caught up again, and knocked over the bucket. Knowing what the wealthy man was capable of, Nick had no choice but to follow orders, walking toward the distance under the blazing sun. In contrast to Nick's miserable state, the wealthy man wore a smug smile. He mixed himself a cocktail, set up a folding chair, and planned to watch how long Nick could last. Though Nick looked extremely weak, he was secretly planning a bold move. Soon after, the wealthy man drove up behind him, but Nick had already collapsed to the ground, lifeless.